That's kind of nice. 1, 2, 3, turn.
At the Asbury Park, New Jersey Convention Hall, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band are rehearsing on the eve of a worldwide tour. Bruce is taking the band through a new one. Mary's Place, a rousing song about a house party and the healing powers of rock and roll records.
Right there. That's the deal.
With the part worked out, the band swings into high gear, and a new concert highlight is born.
Turn it up, 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 turn it up. Meet me at Mary's Place. We're gonna have a party. Meet me.
I remember a magazine article years ago, not about you, about Marilyn Monroe. And she and Joe DiMaggio had just gotten married, and they went off on their honeymoon, and they were over in Japan, and she took a side trip to South Korea just to make an appearance, a USO appearance in front of the troops. And she came back, and I've never forgotten the last couple of lines of that article. She said, "Oh, Joe, you never heard such cheering." And the last line was, "Yes, I did," said DiMaggio. Now, you've heard that kind of cheering, haven't you? Huh? You've heard, what does that cheering do for you? When you get out there and you have an audience of, how many fans does some of these?
We usually play like 20,000, you know, or depends. Sometimes we go overseas, we play outside. It's, you know, it can be 3 times that many.
And the people are nuts when, I mean, when they see you and the
That's the idea, yeah.
Tell me what it's like when you're up there looking out at that and you're just enveloped by that wall of sound.
It's one of the things it does to you, it probably makes you difficult to live with. But hopefully not.
I think Patty can handle you.
Hopefully not too hard, but I think all artists and musicians, there's, you know, you got the big ego and narcissism and self-involvement, and that maybe that comes with the turf. You know, that's just a part of doing what I do, and I have all those things, and I try to keep an eye on them so, you know, they don't get out of check too much, you know.
Now I'm out here on this road.
I guess the only thing I can say is I always found a deep communication in it, and I always believe, well, the fans are there for something. It's more than a personality cult. It's about, they're there because there's certain music, the music they love, ideas that perhaps you have in common. There's certain values that they feel they share with you. And hopefully those are the things that they're cheering at the end of the day, you know. And I believe that's true. The point is to liberate. That has been, if you look at the greatest pop music, and all music, but particularly the greatest pop music, was music of liberation. Bob Marley, Bob Dylan, Elvis Presley, James Brown, Public Enemy, the Clash, the Sex Pistols. Those were those were pop groups that liberated an enormous amount of people to be who they are. You know, to suss through their identity, to begin to find a way of looking at the world, and to find a way to move through the world, and perhaps a way to impact upon the world. The best pop music reaches all the different parts of your life, I think, you know, and that was why the subjects that I wrote about, that's what I was concerned with. I wanted to address your family. I wanted to address your country. I wanted to address your Saturday night in the bar when you're dancing and having a good time. Your relationships with the person that you love and the people that you love. These are things that, to me, I found all of this inside of pop music, and the beauty of the singers' voices, and the way that the music made me feel, and also in what it made me feel that I could do.
what you seem to be saying is that the ones who do it really well, the great ones, become the voice of their audience.
You have to. You have to. I feel good. I knew that I would. What, you know? It's like everybody know, you know, like I knew I would, you know, it's like, so it's like when you hear that rhythm, you know exactly the intro to that James Brown song, you know exactly what he's talking about. You find your voice in that audience in some fashion, and you have to have that connection. And that connection, I always thought, was the spirit of popular music that courses through everybody from Woody Guthrie to Hank Williams, the great Robert Johnson, all the way on up, you know. And when I'm done, somebody else is going to be doing it, you know. And that, I wanted to be a link in that chain. I wanted to just come in and do my part as best as I could, and then somebody else does it, and somebody did it before me. But I always felt like it's an honest job, you know, if you can find your place in it like that, you know, it's good work. Empty sky, woke up this morning to an empty sky.
When we return, Bruce Springsteen goes to work, singing a new song from The Rising.
Woke up this morning to an empty sky.